Okay, so today we're going to talk about getting you guys hitting longer, straighter drives off the tee. And I'm going to give you 3 moves that's going to do just that. The first one I see is what people tend to do is play to their shape. So a lot of people hit it left to right, and what they tend to do is go more left to right to allow for that shot. The shot becomes steeper and the ball gets that horrible weak spinny shot and the ball doesn't go anywhere. It might find the fairway, but we're losing masses and masses of distance and potential birdie opportunities. So what we're going to do is from the tee, there's a big saying in golf, I always say, you can't win anything from the tee, but you can lose it. So what I mean by that is if you're hitting shots off the golf course, off target, you can lose balls and cost you shots. If you hit a great drive, it's giving you an opportunity. There's no guarantees, but it's giving you the opportunity to go on and do some better scores on a golf course. So like I said there, I hook the ball, as you probably already know. So I see everything going up the right. And when I'm playing bad, or when I'm not swinging as good as I could be, I tend to go further right and the ball shape becomes a little bit more. And that's a sign, always a sign for me that I need to sort of recalibrate my setup and my start position. So how I do that is I exaggerate. I'll go the opposite way, okay? So for somebody who hits the ball left to right, if we have an alignment stick or a golf club or whatever you want, garden canes do just the job, and we line up what straight is, okay? What we will do for the guy who goes over the top and left to right is we will swing this way, and that'll feel norm to us. But for someone watching, you'll see that that goes across the ball. So we've got to then counterbalance that. So I like you to hit, I'm going to give you 12 drives, 6 of each. I want you to hit 6 one way, 6 the other. And what I'm going to mean by that is, if you're a slicer or a fader of the ball, I want you to align this stick, aiming it up the right. And I want you to feel that you're swinging the club up that stick. Don't worry about, you're going to hit some really funny shots from here to start with. This is a drill. But this is going to get you the feel of the club swinging and what it feels like to swing the club that way. Don't forget, you're always used to swinging it this way. Me, the opposite way. So for me, this drill will be quite easy because I go that way. But when I change it and go for the other shot, that'll feel comfortable for me. So it's getting the feel of, right, I want to feel that that club is going to swing this way. So if I hit a shot that way, you'll see this is the quickest way to get the feel of getting the club moving that way. And the ball will tend to shape with the path of the club. So I get that little drawy shot by just following the cane. Now again, all I want to do now for me is go this way. So I'm going to get a different feel. This is going to feel quite awkward for me, but this is something that I practice a lot. This is what, again, will recalibrate my swing. So if I get that draw going too much, and I've got to learn what that feels like to improve my driving, I've got to know where I can swing that golf club and what that feels like. So setting myself up, and now I'm going to swing, I'm going to exaggerate a bit more, down the path of the stick, feel like I'm swinging right across it, and the ball will go off up the left and swing out to the right in that weak sort of fadey shot. But I'm getting that feel now. Once I do 6 of each, that's 12 drives, I'm then starting to get a feel of what that feels like to swing the club that way. So then I can start to soften that and balance it out. So I'm not just getting used to going further left, further left, further left, creating weaker and weaker and poorer shots. So that is key. You're learning where that position and where you can swing the club is. That's going to give you a real foundation to hitting good tee shots. Okay, so tip 2, and what I see a lot, when you watch the people on telly, the ladies tour, the gents, you know, the main tour, you see all these players have fantastic turns. Now, a lot of people get this wrong. What they do is they go like this. This is a turn. They haven't turned, their arms have just carried on. So the body's not turned much at all, but their arms have then carried on the swing. And now what you're relying on is your arms catching your body up, and then you've not got much turn to go through with it. So imagine again throwing a ball and not being able to turn your body. It's not going to go anywhere. You're going to lose power, but also you're going to create a lot of fatigue and a lot of effort. You're going to waste a lot of energy by trying to create that speed, and you're relying on timing. So again, that's probably going to give us poor strikes, weaker hits, and certainly off-centre hits. So what we want to try and create is a feeling of, well, what does a turn feel like? Okay, so a great little drill I like to do is I put the club, the grip across my chest like this, and I set myself up, And I'm forgetting my arms. I don't want my arms to be involved because my arms are the ones that are cheating me, are kidding me that I'm doing this big turn. And I see this so much. So all I want to do is I want to get the club head, and I'll do it this way so you can see, I get the club head behind my head. Now look at my body. So I'm not worrying about what my arm's doing, I'm just turning the body. I'm using my big muscles now. So what I call this is loading the gun. This is you loading the gun, your downswing is firing the bullet, okay? So you set yourself up and you load the gun. You've got nothing to fire if you don't load it, okay? And that's what's gonna give you more distance. It's gonna add yards to your drives and it's gonna create confidence because you don't have to rely on timing. So your shots are going to become straighter and more consistent. So the more you get this feeling, a couple of dummy runs on the tee while you're waiting and having a chat, turn it. You'll see this loads on the TV. If you look in the background, the players are all doing little drills. That's what I want to feel like. I want to feel that club head is getting behind me on the way back. So now I know where to swing in the club, and I know I've got this big, I've loaded the gun. I need to fire it, so I need to launch that. So, a quick drill, get a tee peg just in front of your ball, whether it be in the mat, in the net, out on the range, whatever you want it to be. And all you're gonna feel is you're gonna swing the club, and you could do this, you could do it without the ball to start with, and swing it and miss the tee on the way up. So you feel like you're hitting it on the way up. You don't want to be feeling that you're hitting this like over the top, down on the ball, spinning that ball up in the air and losing power. You want to feel that launch. You got these top players, they really get it up in the air and launch that ball, getting maximum potential out the shot, getting all the energy firing through the ball and down the fairway, so nothing's lost. So once you feel comfortable doing that move, you set the ball up, and this can be anything, a towel, it could be a head cover, something nice and soft. Tee peg's great, it's just there as a focal point for you to feel, right, I've got to miss this on the way up. So I know which way I'm going to swing it now because I've been working on this. I know now that I'm going to load the gun, so I've got loads of power to obviously execute this shot. Now I've got to pull the trigger and I'm going to launch it up over that peg. This is the final ingredients to it in longer, straighter drives. So good swing, load the gun, miss the tee on the way up. Those 3 tips are really, really going to help you get more distance, hit more fairways. But I'm going to give you a little bonus tip. This is a great little drill. Do this in the net, do it at the range. Great for sort of getting the feeling of turning out the shot. So a lot of people, again, they don't turn out the shot well enough. Now you can do this as a practice swing. You could do this hitting balls. And all I want you to feel is you set yourself up, and I want you to feel that your left foot is you're just going to open your hips up. And again, what you're creating then is more of a turn, more power out the ball. You're not in your own way and your arms are catching your body up. You've got to clear that body out the way. If you imagine throwing a ball, again, you clear that body and then you release it. If you hit a tennis shot, they clear the body. If you watch baseball players, they clear the body. Yeah? So that's what this drill is going to help you do. It's going to engage the hips a little bit earlier in the shot. So you set yourself up, feels a bit funny at first. Left foot back, and we're just going to feel that that's the position we want to get. Launch it up over that peg and swing away. It's a great little feel and a great little tip to maximise your distance off the tee. Give us some feedback, have a look at the videos, give us a thumbs up if you like it, but give us some feedback and tell us how you're getting on. I've been Dave McKinnon, and I'll see you next time.